Can you imagine that the starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints might have played his last game without anyone noticing? I'm talking about a possible silent goodbye, almost invisible, but one that could change the fate of the franchise. Stay with me until the end, because this story is worthy of an off-season drama. Leave a like, and let's get into it. Here we go. The New Orleans Saints, my friends, are currently a team submerged in a sea of doubts. The season hasn't even started, and there's already smoke rising in the building. A franchise that has been trying for years to find its new great leader since the departure of the eternal Drew Brees now sees the little it has built crumbling. And no, this is not an exaggeration. The question we need to ask now is, how will the Saints remain competitive in this scenario? Because if what's happening is true, the hole is much deeper. Is this serious? The name of the moment? Derek Carr. Yes, him. The quarterback who arrived surrounded by expectations, with a hefty contract backed by the management, and who was being pointed out as the guy to get the Saints back on track. Well, according to Ian Rappaport from NFL Network, Carr is dealing with a shoulder injury that threatens his presence in the 2025 season. And worse, surgery is a real possibility. What was supposed to be an off-season of preparation has turned into a nightmare with a question mark. The team restructured his contract not long ago, trying to get things in order. But now everyone is wondering if he has already played his last game for the franchise. Let's be serious. Derek Carr signed a 4-year, $150 million contract. But with the restructuring, his cap hit for next year reaches an absurd $69 million. That's right, 69. Does anyone really believe that the Saints will pay that for a player who might not even play? With the 9th pick in the draft, the conversation has changed. Internal pressure is mounting. The fans are starting to suspect. And the locker room is no longer sure who the commander is. And here's my opinion. If the Saints are paying even a little attention to what's happening, this injury is the spark for a new phase. Because trusting that Derek Carr, over 30 years old and coming off a possible surgery, will return 100% in 2026 is too optimistic. Remember when the team took a gamble on Jameis Winston? Or the experiment with Taysom Hill? Exactly. Thinking that Carr is the future now seems more like delusion than a plan. The team needs to make a bold decision, and quickly. Because if it's not now, it will be too late. The NFL waits for no one. Now look me in the eyes, fan. Do you trust this plan? Do you really think the Saints management has a clear strategy? Or are they just pushing the problems aside? Or are they playing with your passion? The impact of this injury goes far beyond the field. It affects morale, the playbook, the rhythm of the preseason, and most importantly, the image of the franchise. Will they go after a quarterback in the draft? Will they dare? Or will they continue insisting on a path that has already shown to be full of holes? So, fan, did this news calm you down or throw more fuel on the fire? Do you still believe that Carr can be the savior of the franchise, or are you ready to turn the page? Comment down below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Because here, the voice of the stand speaks louder.